As Yeshua was being in the Hierosolymos at the Passover during the festival, many believed into his name, beholding his signs which he was doing. But Yeshua was not entrusting himself to them, through him knowing all men. And because he was having not a need, so that anyone should testify about the man, for he was knowing what was being in the man. Yohanan, chapter 3. Now there was a man of the Parishah named Nicodemo, a ruler of the Yehudim. This one came to him by night, and said to him, Rabbi, we have known that thou hast come a teacher from God, for no one is being able to be doing these signs that thou art doing, except the God be with him. Yeshua responded and said to him, Amen, amen, I am saying to thee, except one become born anew, he is not being able to see the kingdom of the God. Nicodemo is saying to him, How is a man being able to become born, being old? Is he being able to enter a second time into his mother's womb, and to become born? Yeshua answered, Amen, amen, I am saying to thee, except one become born of water and of spirit, he is not being able to enter into the kingdom of the God. The thing having been born out of the flesh is being flesh, and the thing having been born out of the Spirit is being spirit. Thou shouldst not wonder that I said to thee, It is being necessary for you ones to become born anew. The wind is blowing where it is willing, and thou art hearing its voice, but thou hast known not whence it is coming, and whither it is going. Thus every one having been born out of the Spirit is being. Nicodemo answered and said to him, How are these things able to become? Yeshua answered and said to him, Thou art being the teacher of the Israel, and these things art thou knowing not? Amen, amen, I am saying to thee, that which we have known we are speaking, and what we have seen we are testifying to, and ye are receiving not our testimony. If I told you the things upon earth, and ye are believing not, how shall ye believe if I tell you the things over sky? And no one hath ascended into the sky, but the one having descended out of the sky, the Son of the Man, the one who is being in the sky. And just as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, thus it is being necessary for the Son of the Man to be lifted up, so that everyone believing in him may be possessing Aeonic life. For the God mindfully loved the world in this way, that he gave the Son, the one of a kind, so that everyone believing into him might not perish, but might be possessing Aeonic life. For the God sent not the Son into the world so that he should judge the world, but so that the world should be saved through him. The one believing into him is not being judged, but the one not believing hath been judged already, because he hath believed not into the name of the one-of-a-kind Son of the God. And this is being the judgment. that the light hath come into the world, and men loved the darkness rather than the light, for their works were being evil. For everyone practicing evil things is hating the light, and is coming not toward the light, so that his works should not be reproved. But the one effectuating the truth is coming toward the light, so that his works may be manifested, that they are things having been worked by God. After these things came Yeshua and his disciples into the Judean land, and there he was passing time with them, and was baptizing. And Johanan also was being one baptizing in Ainon near to Shalim, because many waters were being there. And they were coming and were being baptized. For Johanan was being not yet one having been thrown into prison. A questioning therefore became out of Johanan's disciples with the Yehudi about purification. And they came to Johanan and said to him, Rabbi, he who was being with thee beyond the Jordan, for whom thou hast testified, behold, this one is baptizing, and all are coming to him. Johanan answered and said, A man is not being able to be receiving, except it should be a thing having been given to him out of the sky. Ye yourselves are testifying for me that I said, I am not being the anointed, but that I am one having been sent before that one. The one having the bride is being a bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom, the one having stood and hearing him, is rejoicing with joy because of the voice of the bridegroom. This my joy, therefore, hath been filled. It is being necessary for that one to be increasing, but for me to be decreasing. The one coming from above is being above all. The one being out of the earth is being out of the earth, and out of the earth he is speaking. The one coming out of the sky is being above all. What he hath seen and he heard, of this he is testifying, and no one is receiving his testimony. The one having received his testimony set his seal to that the God is being true. For he whom the God sent is speaking the words of the God. For not out of measure, but abundantly, he is giving the Spirit. The Father is mindfully loving the Son, and hath given all things into his hand. The one believing into the Son is possessing aeonic life, but the one not being persuaded by the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of the God is remaining upon him. When therefore the Lord knew that the Perishayah had heard that Yeshua is making and baptizing more disciples than Johanan, although Yeshua himself was baptizing not, but his disciples, he left the Judea and departed again into the Galilee, and it was being necessary for him to pass through the Samaria. He is coming therefore into a city of the Samaria, being called Shukar, near to the piece of land which Jacob gave to his son Joseph, and Jacob's well was being there. Yeshua therefore, having become weary with his journey, was sitting thus by the well. It was being about the 6th hour.